Hi everybody and welcome back to A Midsummer Night's Dream. Today we're going to be picking up where we left off with these lessons, so we're going to be talking in detail about 3 and specifically about the key scene. The plan for the next few lessons is as follows on the table. So we've got lesson 1, that's today, we're talking about Act 3 and the key scene. Lesson 2 is Act 4 and structure. Lesson 3 is Act 5 and theme. And then lesson 4, we're going to be talking about essay writing skills and your essay on A Midsummer Night's Dream. So kicking things off today, we've got a multiple choice quiz as a starter task. Now that's been assigned as a separate Teams assignment in your English class team. The quiz is designed to refresh your memory of Acts 1 and 2 of the play before we go on to discuss Act 3. So you should pause the video and complete that quiz now, and remember to tag me on Teams if you can't find it or if you need any help at all. Act 3 is a key scene. So now that we've reminded ourselves what happens in Acts 1 and 2, you'll know that the events of the play so far have been building up to this act. So in Act 3, the play is at its most chaotic and the events are the most intense. We'll see that the characters are more confused than ever before, and we might even begin to wonder how all of this confusion could possibly be resolved in Acts 4 and 5. So what we need to do before we do anything else is we need to read Act 3 of the play. So you should use No Fear Shakespeare to do this, and that will give you access to the entire play. But remember that you can also use the easy translation into modern English that's available on No Fear Shakespeare to help you. And you can get onto BBC iPlayer and watch a little bit more of the drama that we were watching in class to help you understand the plot and what's going on. So you should pause the video and read all of Act 3 now. You might find when you start reading it that actually we had started it in class but not finished it, in which case you can skip over the bits that we've already read as long as you remember what happened, but make sure that you're pausing the video now and reading the whole of Act 3. Alright, now that we've read Act 3, we're going to be thinking about a little summary. So in the box on the right hand side, I'd like you to write a short summary of what's happened in Act 3 of the play. Remember to think really carefully about the relationships between the characters and how they've changed in this act due to Puck's mischief. So pause the video, try that now. Okay, so at the end of Act 3, what you'll see is that the relationships in the play are a mess. So the next task is asking you to fill out the table below and add in the name of that character's current love interest. So pause the video and try that now. Alright, now we're going to look at some of the scenes of Act 3 in a little bit more detail. So we're going to start with something that Puck says to Oberon in Scene 2. So Puck says, "Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be." So here we can see that Puck is addressing Oberon and seems to be amused and finding it really funny about the mess that he's created amongst the humans. So just bear that in mind, and we're going to look at a contrasting view from Helena. So Helena says, "O spite, O hell, I see you all are bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do, but you must join in souls to mock me too? If you were men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so, to vow and swear and superpraise my parts, when I am sure you hate me with your hearts. You both are rivals and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena. A trim exploit, a manly enterprise, to conjure tears up in a poor maid's eyes with your derision. None of noble sort would so offend a virgin and extort a poor soul's patience, all to make you sport. So here we see that Helena takes quite a different approach to the events that are currently going on. She's not happy at all, and rather than being happy to finally be loved, we see that she feels she's being mocked and she's in misery. So for the next task, what I'd like you to do is think about the 2 points of view that you've just seen. In one box, I'd like you to make notes about how the fairies view the current events of the play. And in the other box, I'd like you to make notes about how the humans are handling the current events. So pause the video and try that now. Okay, brilliant. So we've reached the end of today's lesson, and before we go on to Act 4, I'd like you to think about some end of the act questions. So the first is, during Act 3, we learn about some of Hermia and Helena's insecurities while they're arguing. What are those insecurities that they have? And the second thing is predicting what's going to happen next. So in the bottom box, I'd like you to think about what your prediction is for Act 4. And once you've finished that, you've reached the end of today's lesson. Well done. See you next time.